Hi, this is a continuation of my previous video on setting up your Python environment for data science. Today I'm going to cover an essential skill dealing with missing data. Now, what is missing data? This occurs when your data set has empty cells or zeros where there should be non-zero numbers. For example, if we run our code from last video, we will see that we are definitely missing some values. So let's just highlight that, F9, go into our variable explorer, open it up, and you can see where it says non, these are missing values. And it's non because that's how Pandas encodes missing values. So non stands for not a number. Now, looking at the entire data set like this is fine for small data sets like this, but when you get to ones that are thousands of rows long, this is not really an effective way to look for missing values. So instead, we can use this bit of code right here. And we're just going to highlight it, run this line. Now, what this does is it will print out the number of missing values for each column right here, or you can just open it up from the variable explorer and see it here. And as you can see, we are missing nothing in the country column. We have one missing value in the age column, one missing value in the salary column, and no missing values in the purchase column. So for using this for your own purposes, the only thing you'd have to change is if you didn't name your dataset like I did up here, like I just named dataset, then you just put in the name of your own dataset right there. But the rest is the same, it's just a really simple function you can call just to get your missing values out in the open. So let's take a look at these. What are they? Well, we have missing values in age and in salary. So let's look at age and salary in our original dataset. Notice that they are numerical, not categorical. So what we're going to do in this video is show you how to deal with missing values when they're numerical, because categorical variables, it can get a little bit more complicated. I mean, for either one, you do have the option of just say dropping the rows with missing values, or if you have a way of finding out what the missing values should be, you can always replace them accordingly. But oftentimes that will not be the case. And so sometimes the next best thing is to replace it with the mean. And so a way you can do that is by using the simple imputer from NumPy and sklearn. And so we first create our imputer with this bit of code here. We're using mean this time because we want to replace the values with like the mean values in each column, right? You could also use, median or mode. Feel free to experiment. This is just making sure it replaces all missing values with non. So you created the imputer, and then what you could do is you could just say imputer equals imputer.fit, name of your data set, right? And then dataset equals imputer.transform, name of your dataset, okay? Reason that doesn't work here, we'll try it. You can uncomment this code, but we will encounter an issue. Oh, well, the issue was I didn't create the imputer first. So we gotta highlight that code. Okay, so it says cannot use mean strategy with non-numeric data. So the problem with this is that we're trying to use this imputer on the entire data set, which happens to include some categorical data. So the imputer doesn't know what to do when it tries to find the mean of yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. It just doesn't make any sense. So what we got to do in this instance is actually single out the columns that are missing data. So you can use this code for that. And this code will work for like any situation if you just want to use an imputer on one column. So in our case, we care about the age column and the salary column. So you could replace this with your own column names for your own data set and make sure you replace data set right here with the name of your data set. You can see it's consistent across all of these. If you do that, you apply this code, it should just impute on that one column for whatever strategy you employed, whether it's mean, median, mode, whatever you want. You can look up the documentation for simple imputer, but that should have you covered. And so let's run it, show you that it works, make sure there's no bugs. Okay, so we run it. Let's look at our original data set. Notice how there are no more missing values. And if this is a larger data set and you don't want to comb through it, you can just run this code again. And you'll see we just have zeros. We are missing nothing. So there you go. That's one of the easiest ways to deal with missing numerical data in your data set. Hopefully this helped you out.